Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Urban Update. I'm Byron Barnett. Some good news to start the show. The Massachusetts United for Puerto Rico Fund, which was established to help victims of the Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, announced earlier this week that it raised more than $2 million in pledges and gifts. Leaders of the fund say they're happy, grateful, and inspired, and will continue to fundraise for relief, reconstruction, and relocation efforts. On another note, the Puerto Rican community of New England also warmly welcomed some news coming out of Fenway Park, as last Sunday the Boston Red Sox made history as they named Alex Cora as their new manager. Cora, a native of Puerto Rico, is the first Latino manager for the franchise and only the second Puerto Rican to be field manager of a major league ball club. Good news indeed. On the show today, the Latino 30 Under 30 is less than 2 weeks away. We'll have the details on how you can meet the winners. That's later on the show. Also, a group of United residents demanding that elected officials and political candidates sign their 10 demandments. More information on that in just a bit. But up first, voting in the minority community was at a historic low this past primary election in September in Boston. Voter turnout in some minority districts were as low as 8%. So, the New Democracy Coalition in Boston is offering an incentive for minority voters here in Boston to raise awareness. They are randomly giving $500, that's right, $500 to voters in low voting communities in Boston to get out to vote as part of a vote party campaign. Now, how are they doing it? Well, to give us more details, we've invited Reverend Rocha, who is representing the New Democracy Coalition this morning. Welcome to Urban Update, Reverend.
Yo.
Glad to see you again.
Thank glad you to see back. You too, Byron.
Well,
Thank you for having me.
Okay, yes. First of all, how the heck are you guys doing this? $500 for people who vote.
Well, the thing about it is that what we're trying to do is we're trying to allow that to act as an incentive. What's going to happen is that we are randomly going to give $500 to somebody that comes to vote. Now, we don't look at that as paying somebody to vote, but we look at that as an incentive to come to participate in this electoral process. You know what I mean? And we're hoping that that people will come.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I guess why is the New Democracy Coalition doing this? And again, you say it's not just paying people to vote, but it seems like, like bribing people to do something that they should be doing anyway.
Yes. Well, I don't look at it as bribing people. I look at it as maybe putting the carrot before the horse, so to speak, so that you are leading that horse in the right direction. And we're seeing that the numbers are so dismal in the primary that we need to do some things. We need to do some things to engage the minority electorate to come out and vote. That is a sanctity in that voting process. You know, I mean, basically what we're saying is that voting in a democracy, voting is communal. It is not individual. So it's your vote and my vote, meaning making a difference in the community. And we've got to engage the community to do that.
Now, have things gotten so bad that we have to encourage people to vote by just offering flat-out cash?
Well, you know, the thing about it is, Byron, is that there is the cynicism, about mainstream politics and people being disaffected by the political system. And we've got to get them re-engaged in that system so that they take part in the electoral process.
Now, this is not unique. I understand that they've been doing this in some other places, such as Philadelphia. Isn't that correct?
Yes. In Philadelphia in 2015, in the mayoral race there, the numbers again in the primary were abysmal. And what happened was that they were saying that there was a kind of in the voter participation, there was a malaise that was happening, and they needed to get more votes out there. So they thought about this lottery. And what happened was that they had a lottery that a person would get $10,000 if they voted. And through this foundation, it was randomly given to somebody when they came that they would get this $10,000. And also, it also happened in Los Angeles. And in Los Angeles, they gave $25,000. And it increased the participation of voters from 46% to 80%. So in desperate times, I guess there are desperate measures that we have to take.
Well, everybody loves to play the lottery, that's right. Why is voting so low in the black community? I mean, even after the 1965 Voting Rights Act, why, after all of that, all of the suffering that went into, to get the right for so many people to vote, people of color, why is it so low?
Well, people are disaffected by the political mainstream. There's this cynicism, as I said, about mainstream politics, and people are opting not to vote. Some of them are realizing that their vote doesn't mean anything. So they're making a statement by not voting. And so what we're saying is that you cannot allow these people to dissuade you from voting. That it is a need in our community to go out there and to make that vote and to make your vote count.
Now, I know that you're asking people to come out and volunteer to help get out the vote in the black and brown community. I guess anybody can come out, obviously. Right. How do they contact the New Democracy Coalition? How can someone get involved in volunteering to help get out the vote?
Yes, they can contact the New Democracy Coalition by going to its website at www.newdemocracycoalition.com.
Now, you're not talking about getting people to go out to vote for this party or this candidate or that candidate?
No, we're asking people just to get involved in this election, get involved in this electoral process, and just become involved in the whole process itself.
What do you think? What are your predictions or what are your expectations for the upcoming mayoral election in terms of voter turnout?
Well, we believe that we can re-engage the people. The key to unlocking voter participation is understanding and creating this nexus between the probable and the powerful, which means that it's probable that if we don't get the vote out there, that we won't be able to achieve the goals that we want in our community. But the powerful is that if we come together and that your vote and my vote means something, and that we can leverage that vote, that we can make changes in our community. And
we go back to the $500 you're going to give away to some of the voters. How are you going to decide who gets it?
It is a random lottery.
Random lottery.
A random lottery. So we just be choosing somebody to get that windfall.
So go out there, and you might be the lucky one. Go out, cast that vote, and you might get $500.
Yes, you might get $500.
Okay, well, it sounds like a pretty good incentive. Reverend Rocha, the New Democracy Coalition, thanks for coming in, and good luck on getting out the vote.
Okay, thank you, Byron.
Okay, coming up next, important information if you have a child that is living with food allergies. The details coming up in just a few moments right here on Urban Update.